Pastor Roy Gerhardt from Galloway United Methodist Church in Franklin, Pennsylvania, sharing a few words of encouragement to help us follow after Jesus. Well, sometimes being in leadership can be very burdensome. It can be incredibly challenging to keep your own life together, let alone keeping a life together with a whole group of people that you are responsible to lead. Moses is discovering that in Exodus chapter 18. And as we start into this week, I want us to have something to build on, that we may be living with overburdens in our life that we have taken on sometimes unnecessarily, or we just need a little wisdom in how we can handle those burdens more constructively. Moses needed that kind of lesson. And Moses gained that from his father-in-law, Jethro. Jethro had come to visit, and Moses was going about his normal routine. And as Jethro observed it, he had a few critiques and a little advice to offer. Moses would go out at the beginning of the day, and people would start gathering with all kinds of questions and issues that they wanted to present to him. He'd even become their judge, where they would bring disputes to him. Some of these disputes were probably very critical kinds of issues, and some, no doubt, were just petty grievances between neighbors. But there they came, and they would line up, and people would be clustered around him. It said from daylight till dark. I mean, it was like an all-day exercise of him settling their disputes and trying to give them instruction from the Lord on how they should live their lives. Well, Jethro watched this unfold, and he said to Moses, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Well, the people come to me, and they've got disputes and issues, and they want to know what to do to, they want to know the Lord's will for their lives. And so I try to settle their cases and give them instruction." Moses entered into all of this with no sense of pride about it. His explanation demonstrates that he's simply trying to fulfill a responsibility that he sees himself required to fulfill. Well, Jethro looked at the situation and said, "This isn't good, man. You're going to wear out, and these people are going to wear out," because they were coming there and spending all day, and he was spending all day, and it was like this was an all-consuming effort then on his part to just answer every question and every need and every issue that arose amongst the people. Jethro said, "This is too much. You're going to wear out, they're going to wear out, everything's going to come apart." And he said, "Here's what you need to do. You need to break this thing out. You need to get some other people to take charge and start to distribute some of those responsibilities to them." It's a simple lesson in delegation, where he said to Moses, "You need some people who could oversee 1,000, and then let them bring out some people that could oversee 100, and then have some people that could oversee 50, and then break it down ultimately to those who could oversee 10. And they could work out their issues there. And if they can't work out their issues at those levels of contact, then important issues and struggles and questions, well, they can bring them to you and you can solve those." But he also said then to Moses, what you need to do is you need to be the one who goes to God on behalf of the people. You need to be able to bring to them the instruction and direction from God. You need to teach them and lead them in that way. All of this lets us recognize a couple things about life. Many times we get overburdened because we have simply tried to step up and answer a call. We try to meet responsibilities in our everyday life. But sometimes those responsibilities grow then into overwhelming burdens, and we don't rethink how we're doing that. We just keep working harder trying to meet those responsibilities, and we exhaust ourselves. And not only that, we begin to fail to be able to meet those needs effectively. And on top of that, we lose sight of what's most important about our life and about our calling and even about the service that we offer to God and to others. That's what Jethro helps Moses to see. is that Moses, you can't sit here and settle every grievance that every person has, and you can't mentor every single person here, but you can teach them. You can be that one who goes between them and God and who gives them the most important thing that you can offer, and that is the Word of God, His direction, His guidance for their lives. That you have to do. Moses was going to end up sacrificing that and losing that if he didn't break it down and distribute some of these other responsibilities. Take a look at your own life today. See if you're doing what God really demands of you, or if you've taken on responsibilities and burdens that really don't belong to you and have lost sight of what's most important. May God bless you today, and as you share this good news, may God make you a blessing wherever He takes you.